Hello, current seventh graders who are planning on what their eighth grade year is going to look like. This is Mrs. Johnson. I am your assistant principal, and I am going to be talking to you regarding how to schedule for your classes for next year. So, to begin, I just want to tell everyone, including your families, what a great job everyone's done this year. And our presentation is going to be optimistic, and we are going to be thinking that we're going to be able to start the school year off as normal as possible, and that's how this presentation will proceed. So to begin, our mission is to enable our students to learn. Bedford Junior High School prepares our students of today for the world of tomorrow. Our school community provides an environment in which all students are able to learn to their full potential intellectually, emotionally, socially, physically, and for lifelong learning. Our vision, what we would like to see out of you before we send you off to the high school, is that you are organized, responsible, respectful, and proficient. So, next year for eighth grade, you will continue with a 7-period day. Within that, one of those hours will be a 25-minute lunch and a 25-minute homeroom time. You will have 5-minute passing times between all classes. I am the assistant principal for eighth grade, and Miss O'Neill is the eighth grade counselor. So the fun part of eighth grade is picking your electives, as it is every year. So if you are a music student in choir, band, or orchestra, you can continue with those classes. If you are a new student to the music department and would like to choose choir, you may just join that group. You do not need any prerequisites for that. However, for band and orchestra, if you have not played an instrument before, please contact the office before the end of this school year to let us know that you are interested, because we'd like to get you going this summer with lessons or ways to get caught up. Other year-long elective choices in eighth grade are art year-long, which is offered as a high school credit. It is also considered the intro to art classes. So if you take that in eighth grade, you can go right into some of the higher level art classes available at the high school. We offer drama, which is also available as a high school credit. Technology education, which is our woodshop class. Writing for publications, which is our yearbook class. And a year-long computer science that focuses the majority on coding. So also on the hub page that you received this video link from is also links to all of our elective choices, and you can check out more information for all of them there. We also offer Spanish 1 to 7th and 8th graders and Spanish 2 to 8th grade only, and we offer these classes both as high school credits. So Spanish 1 is a year-long class, and we offer this to any student. However, we do have limited seats, so I always encourage students to make sure that on their registration sheet, their first and second and third choice are all things that they will want to take. Spanish 2 is for students who have finished Spanish 1 and can move on because they've earned the credit. In order to earn high school credit in any class, it has to be a 60% or higher in the entire class for that quarter for each semester, or it is 60% or higher on the exam. So either way, the students have to show proficiency over the information. These classes do not mean a student will or will not graduate from high school. Bedford Public Schools would never set up a system where students had to take classes at the junior high in order to graduate at the high school. So please make sure that when you're picking your elective choices, you are picking classes that you are truly interested in and want to invest your time and your energy in for the year. Eighth grade core classes are first, earth science. This is exciting. Over the last several years, we've been able to offer this class as a high school credit. So all eighth graders are eligible for this. And what this will allow is for students to have one of their science credits under their belt before they head over to the high school to take more advanced science classes or other classes that they're interested in as they move further into the high school. So meteorology, geology, and astronomy are incorporated into their learning. Again, the requirements need to be met in order to earn credit, which is 60% overall in the class or 60% on the final exams. Eighth grade math classes include Math 8, which is our Big Ideas eighth grade math edition, Resource Room Math for special education students or co-taught math, and Algebra 1. Algebra 1 is a high school credit class. It does require a placement test this spring, teacher recommendation, and a seventh grade math GPA of 3.5 or higher. Eighth grade English classes include our eighth grade English and our Resource Room English classes for students with IEPs. Eighth grade history classes include American history. This is Native Americans to the Reconstruction era. A lot of information is given to students regarding our American history. And America's culture. America's culture is an English and America's culture history taken together as a 2-hour block. Co-curricular activities and classroom discussions are planned amongst the teachers and students, and the requirements include a 3.5 GPA in English and social studies, and there will also be an essay placement test for students this spring in order to be eligible for this class. The last class that students participate in is the same type of rotation class that seventh graders have now with PE, computers, and health. Computers 8 is a 1/4 class, 9 weeks. Health is a 9-week class. PE is a semester class. Some exciting changes are going to be happening this summer at the junior high. We will be getting a new gym floor, and we're revamping our locker rooms, and that will include new lockers. We do require students to still change for PE. They do require a dress code of wearing red, gray, or white clothing for PE. However, students will be able to put their things in lockers. They will be needing to bring their own locker to school to lock things up, and no longer will we be storing items in the gym for gym classes. So that will be something they can store in their own lockers, but they won't be storing them in the gym any longer. So lots of new, fun, exciting changes down there happening this summer. All students will participate in this rotation class. So we have math, history, science, social studies, and this PE rotation, which take up 5 hours of the student's day. They have 1 hour, which is their health and lunch, their lunch and homeroom rotation, and then their elective class that they are allowed to pick. So they are only allowed to pick one elective class. The rest of the day is scheduled for them unless your student would like to try for algebra or try for America's culture. We also will be offering a virtual school here. We have that going now for students and are going to be continuing that for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Content will be delivered online through the Edgenuity platform. So if students choose this, they would actually be receiving their education through the Edgenuity platform. They will be assigned a teacher mentor to monitor their progress. They will be part of our student population. They're still considered BPS students, so they may participate in any extracurricular activities, sports, clubs, after-school dances, things like that, whatever we're allowed to offer next year. However, they will be doing all of their schooling at home through this platform and not in direct contact with our teachers here. Also important to remember is eligibility does play a part for our 8th graders to participate in sports. There is no clean slate at the beginning of 8th grade. So at the end of 7th grade, students who are maintaining a GPA of 2.0 or higher are permitted to start their fall sports. If they are lower than that, students could be looking at a probation time period or elimination from the team. So make sure that you're fulfilling your part of being the scholar in Scholar Athlete and representing our school well, both through academics and through athletics. We have had a consistent grading policy here for several years now. Quarter grades will be weighted 80% for interim assignments, projects, graded homework, quizzes, tests, etc., and 20% for formative assessments, exit slips, homework, practice, things that are getting students to that mastery level. So this is what it has been for 6th and 7th grade and will also continue for 8th. And students, just a reminder, it has been difficult this year, and we know how much we all miss, including the adults, the interactions and participations in sports and clubs and things like that. So fingers crossed that we can offer these again next year. We'll have our community ed classes. We'll have all of our sports running. We'll have our teacher-sponsored clubs here, which are free at the junior high. We'll be allowed to do things for Student Council, National Junior Honor Society, and allow students for quiz bowl teams and things like that. So hopefully we'll be able to be back on track with it, and you'll want to try out for one or a few of these things. Next year also, we're hoping to offer our full suite of academic supports again. Obviously, parents will still be using Schoology and Hack Access to look at student grades. Eighth hour will hopefully be back in place in its entirety for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after school tutoring. We have our guidance counselors here every day to encourage students. We will hopefully be offering Math Lab again during homeroom, where students can go to those teachers and get math support. We will offer our ILC room for students who are falling behind in their classes to be able to get caught up, and Friday afternoon zaps, where students can stay for a prolonged amount of time after school with a supervisor to finish work as well. We have a lot of construction going on this summer, but we are really hopeful that we will be able to have students back on August 24th, 25th, and 26th to receive your schedule, your Chromebook, to know where your locker is at and your classes. So fingers crossed that we're able to keep these dates, but we will obviously be communicating with families if this changes. But for right now, one of the days we will be scheduling for 8th grade to come in to receive all of the goodies you need to start your new school year. Registration this year will be done differently. It's all going to be online through this registration hub letter and through email. Registration forms are due back to us on March 26th. Those links are being sent directly to your child's school email. So they're going to have to open up their email and look for this from Mr. Hurley. There'll be a Google survey in there for them to complete after listening to this presentation. Also, parents, on the second page of this hub letter, you'll find videos that all of our elective teachers created to give you more information about what their class entails to make a better decision for your child for next year. After all registrations are received, we will be sending out a confirmation email to student and guardian to make sure that both of you have the same information and are comfortable with the classes that your child is going to be taking next school year. So if you have any other questions, concerns, or something wasn't clear, please feel free to contact me directly at the school. My email is heather.johnson@mybedford.us. My phone number here is 734-850-6206, or you can contact any of our elective teachers here listed below with their emails. We look forward to being able to provide a great learning experience next year for your student, and we thank you very much for listening to this presentation.